Thank you. So with this, you're approaching the sort of end of my solo section of ISAI Payanam. But tonight, I'm also collaborating with some wonderful artists in the community here. And the Ragam Sahana and the Ragam Darbari Kannada is going to feature in that piece. I'm going to be doing Darbari Kannada elaborately tomorrow. So I'm keeping that fresh. If I sing it today, I may not, it's the fear, right? The muse will run away from you if you call it too early. So I gave you copies. So tomorrow in New York, I promised Darbari Kannada. Ages ago I made the promise. But today, one of the songs is in Darbari Kannada. So I just want to invite a couple of people to the front row. Prem, sir, please, he's already in the front row. And Sumitra ji, Sumitra, yes, thank you, you're already here. So we are.
Hello.
Yes. Over to you both, and I'm happy to sing with you. Ninga kai kaamcha paadna. Yeah. So we are using -1 tracks for this portion, just for.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Dr. Charulatha for allowing me to sing with you. We are all amateurs here, but we love music, we have a passion, so thank you for recognizing that and giving us the opportunities. This is going to be a song from the movie Veera Abhimanyu. Anybody here knows which song? Any guess? This is a song in Sahana, sung by PBS and Sushila. One more chance, anybody? There you go, part-time season, wonderful. You get the prize, okay? That's all virtual.
Prem sir, unga uravukara. Check panni vecha maari irukken paatha.
You have a lot of people who are very knowledgeable here.
Summa sollu sir. Ungala poi appadi nenaipoma.
So we're using a karaoke track, do bear with us because there's a certain development we didn't have time to tell them about it. And then a little louder. பக்கத்தில் அழைத்தேன் அன்று உன்னைத்தேன் என நான் நினைத்தேன் அந்த மலைத்தேன் இவள் என மலைத்தேன் பார்த்தேன் சிரித்தேன் பக்கத்தில் அழைத்தேன் உன்னைத்தேன் என நான் நினைத்தேன் அந்த மலைத்தேன் இவள் என மலைத்தேன் பார்த்தேன் சிரித்தேன் Great. கொடித்தேன் இனி எங்கள் குடித்தேன் என ஒரு படித்தேன் பார்வையில் குடித்தேன் கொடித்தேன் இனி எங்கள் குடித்தேன் என ஒரு படித்தேன் பார்வையில் குடித்தேன் துள்ளித்தேன் சிந்தாமல் கழித்தேன் ஒரு துள்ளித்தேன் சிந்தாமல் கழித்தேன் கைகளில் அணைத்தேன் அழகினை ரசித்தேன் மலைத்தேன் இவள் என்ன மலைத்தேன். Thank you so much. Honored. Thank you so much.
அந்த ஸ்ருதி சஹானா ராகம் நிவாசி கர்நாடிக் ராகம் நீயும் வாசி வேற ஸ்ருதி இல்லையா? ரைட். அப்ப யாருமே வாசிக்கிறாங்க. C sharp, right?
C level.
త్యాగరాజ స్వామి గిరిపై నెలకొన్న రాణి శ్రీ కమల అమికాయ భక్తిం కరోమి శ్రుత ஜகதம் ஸ்ரீ very heavily Carnatic ragam, beautifully done in films Parthen Sirithen. Great choice. எங்கோ பிறந்தவராம் எங்கோ வளர்ந்தவராம் எப்படியோ என் மனதை கவர்ந்தவராம் அழகே சுகமா எனன்பே சுகமா தலைவா சுகமா சுகமா வீடு வாசல் சுகமா வீடு மகள் சுகமா Allied raga is Dvijavanti re gama pama gama re gari sani sadani re. Allied raga Dvijavanti re gama pama gama re magari sani re sadani re 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 ni gama gama re gari sani sadani par re par re. The song that I sang in Mahanati film, the solo, Sadananno, no, ide Shrutila panna, because I'm illustrating Dvijavante. Re Gama Kimche Ragana Yedo Veena Lona Mohena Re Gama Pama Gama Re Gari Kalam Natim Chadani To Sarigama Padari Sada Nannu Nadipe Nicheli me Podare Niliche. That was my song that I sang, a national award-winning song from Mahanati film. So, in the music of Mickey J. Mayer, bilingual, I sang it in Telugu and Tamil. So, but the Dvijavanti phrase during the composition of this song, Mickey and I were having conversations. Mickey was sitting in Los Angeles. I was sitting in Australia. We were talking and he gave me the notes. I said, we can make this Kapi, we can make this Dvijavanti or Sahana. Where do you want to go? He said, go anywhere here. So then we said, we'll do Dvijavanti because the sentiment is love. So Savitri, the great actress but also the main character in the movie is in love during that song. It's a very beautiful period in her life when she's in love with Gemini Ganeshan. So that is the Gamakinche Ragana Yedo Vina Lona Moyena Riga. So that's how that happened. That song and that Vijavan. So I've given Prem some breathing time, but I'm inviting him again on stage. This time it is Darbari Kannada, a piece in Kannada and Darbari Kannada, so mix. Mullai Malar Mele, Vango.
Is it okay to take the cue from the...
Yes, I will turn this off.
So it's going to be in C sharp, so I need your help, Krishna ji. Just going to use this for start.
So are we going live or are you using the track? Okay, we'll just go like that with live. When we have live, there is no replacement.
I'm a karaoke diehard, so forgive me.
Karaoke bayam. People will be like doing this, I'll start singing. That's how. So they'll be like, you sang this, right? Yeah, I sang it, with the music director, multiple takes. We don't even know where we start, where we end. When we're singing, it sounds like something, and then at the end, they mix it, it sounds better. Or sometimes worse also.
I'll stand here.
Yes. Made a Yeritel Vango. Rizari Pagama Rizada Mullai Malar Mele Moikum Vandu Pole Mullai Malar Mele Moikum Vandu Pole Ullamura Vadadungal Anbale Ullamura Vadadungal Anbale Mullai Malar Mele Moikum Vandu Pole
Veliyalai mele உள்ளும் கையல் போலே வெள்ளியலை மேலே உள்ளும் கையல் போலே பள்ளி விழித்தாவ கண்டேன் என் மேலே பள்ளி விழித்தாவ கண்டேன் என் மேலே உன்னை மலர் மேலே உயிரும் கொண்டு போலே so much.
It's a pleasure.
This is one of my items in the bucket list.
Yes. Okay, sing with Charulatha Maniya illa mede ஏறணும்னே ஆசைப்பட்டுட்டேன்.
To sing with a star like you. That's it. Thank you so much.
So next on stage, I just want to invite Sumitra to sing Kannukul Pothe Veppen, yet another song that I sang for Gibran's music involving two ragas. Once you hear the song, you will be able to identify the two ragas. Wow.
I'm a little scared to sing this in front of you.
I was very scared to record it. I was very scared to record
I
it.
want to hear about all
Yes,
that.
we'll talk about it.
Prince, sir, can you put the track?
கண்ணுக்குள் பொத்தி வைப்பேன் என் செல்ல கண்ணனே வாரத்தை சதிக்குள் என்னோடு ஆடுவாவா அடிக்கடி உன்னை பிடிக்க நான் மன்றாடிட இடப்புறம் விரல் மடக்கினி டூ காட்டிட என் கண்ணனே வாடாவா விஷம கண்ணனே வாடாவா கண்ணுக்குள் பொத்தி வைப்பேன் என் செல்ல கண்ணனே வாதிதத்தை சதிக்குள் என்னோடு ஆடவாவா அடிக்கடி உன்னை பிடிக்க நான் மன்றாடிட இடப்புறம் விரல் மடக்கினி டூ காட்டிட என் கண்ணனே வாடாவா விஷம கண்ணனே வாடாவா சிறு சிட்டுகை பாசம் பெருங்கடலாய் மாற மணி துணி எல்லாமே அரைநொடிக்குள் தீர மனதிரையாயெல்லாம் பிசு பிசு பாய் தீர எதிர்த்தடி திண்டாட்டம் கதகதப்பை காண நிராதை நம் சொல்லாமல் சொன்னாயே செங்கோதை மனம் உன் பேச்சில் தந்தாயே உன்னாலே யோசிக்கிறேன் உன் விரல பிடித்து நடக்க நிமிடம் ஆசிக்கிறேன் கண்ணுக்குள் பொத்தி வைப்பேன் என் சொல்ல கண்ணனே வாதிதத்தை சதிக்குள் என்னோட ஆடவாவா அடிக்கடி உன்னை பிடிக்க நான் மன்றாடிட இடப்புறம் விரல் மடக்கினி டூ காட்டிட என் கண்ணனே வாடாவா விஷம கண்ணனே வாடாவா Can you join me?
Yes, sure. Okay.
உன் சிரிப்பு சரத்தில் மகளை மறந்து பூவைக்கிறேன் கண்ணுக்குள் பொத்தி வைப்பேன் செல்ல கண்ணனே ஆதி தீர்த்ததை ஜதிக்குள் என்னோடு ஆடுவா அடிக்கடி உனை பிடிக்க நான் மன்றாடிட இடப்புறம் விரல் மடக்கினே காட்டிட என் கண்ணனே வாடாவா விஷம கண்ணனே வாடா
Recording stories and the experience that you had from the song.
So Mohammed Gibran, and I go way back. So one of his first jingles I sang, and then there was this after ISAI Payanam and all that. So he said, he suddenly called me and said, I have a song in a few ragas, I think Charu, but you need to come and see what ragas they are, what you can make of it. So I said, okay, let's meet. And he played me on the keyboard the basic thing. And then I straight away said, okay, this sounds a lot like what we call Mukhari. It is not Bhairavi, it is not Kararapriya, it's not even those things. It's a raga called Mukhari. And the second one, he was like, this I did in Amir Kalyani. The first part only I, confused. So then we identified the ragas and I went in for recording. And we did it over a couple of days. So the first time, it was a Mukhari day. So we did main Mukhari. And then the second time, the second day was Hamid Kalyani. He was leaving to Bombay to record Vijay Prakash the next day. So I did all my portions and then they left to Bombay to record Vijay Prakash. So it's really interesting. And some years later in Canada, Vijay Prakash and I, both of us are very classically trained. So together we sang this, we jammed in both Mukhari and Hamid Kalyani and did it with the Mari unplugged orchestra, and the audience just were really enjoying it. So sometimes these, the way in which artists think of these songs later in performance is also really interesting. So that's the story. Now I just, there is a panel apparently that Babu has organized. So I want to kickstart that panel where you all can ask me questions. Don't ask anything awkward, because I will make up answers. Because we people on stage, we don't know how to say, I don't know. We don't know how to say it. Actually I've said that sometimes. But anyway, so welcome on stage, Babu.
How are you all enjoying the show today? So, I met Charu in 2012, if you recall, and that was when our local, you may know, Mr. Balaji Srinivasan. He organized a concert and he let me sing with Charu the first time. That was when I sang Kangal Irandal. Yeah, Riti Gaula. So, today, Ms. Meera, she has a request for Riti Gaula. So, maybe you can sing Riti Gaula.
Enna Shruti Gurthundruka Nipo. We can keep 5.5. Sagariga manini. I'll work with the violin on this. It's hard to change the scale. Sagariga manini sanidama gama pama kare sani sagari sani nidama nidama nini sa sani ni sa sagari sa ni sagari sa ni sa magari sa gama ni sa ni sa gama magari sa sa ni sa magari sa sa ni ba janani ninnu veena nannu vidachikara nagura चे रंजिल्लु नगरि शतरागरत्नं मालिकचे तत्त्वमरियतरमां मूलधर गणपति गुरुवायूरप्पने अप्पन श्री कृष्णन गुरुवायूर ननरि नन पमकरि निजगरि रजनि वनि निज निज निजग गम गम வர்ணம் கத்துன்னு இருக்கான்னு நினைக்கிறேன் அந்த பொண்ணு பயங்கரமா கம பம கம அட்டதாள வர்ணம் ரீதிகோளை சின்ன கண்ணன் அழைக்கிறார் the great எம்பாலமுரளி கிருஷ்ணா ராதையே பூங்கோதையே மனம் கொண்ட ரகசிய ராகத்தில் பாடி தலையை குனியும் தாமரையே நிரிசா நீதம பமகரிச உன்னை எதிர் பார்த்து உள்ளங்கையில் வீர்த்து அழகான ராட்சசியே அடி நெஞ்சில் குதிக்கிறியே அடி மனசாருவான் கண்கள் இரண்டால் உன் கண்கள் இரண்டால் என்னை கட்டி இழுத்தாய் இழுத்தாய் போதாதென சின்ன சிரிப்பில் ஒரு கள்ள சிரிப்பில் என்னை தள்ளிவிட்டு தள்ளிவிட்டு மூடி மறைத்தார்.
So spontaneous. That is Dr. Charu. Thank you. Anybody has any requests?
So is this a Q&A or the Q&A is yet to begin?
We'll start.
ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோமா?
பண்ணிடுவோம்.
சரி, அப்போ நீங்கள் ஒரு பாட்டு பாடுறேன்னு சொல்லியிருந்தேன் இல்லையா அது?
Sure.
அது பாடிட்டோம். So Babu is a wonderful singer. So I requested him to sing a light song. You know, we're all in the raga realm, but sometimes just chordsல சில song அப்படியே ஹிட் ஆயிடும். அதுலயே ராகம் இருக்கு, but அதை ராகமா பார்க்காம just ஒரு. So I've requested Babuji to sing one song, and then we go into Q&A mode, where where you can grill me.
I have a whole list of questions actually. I said, Charu, I have printed it. I want it. No, don't give me. Let it come to me as a surprise, I'll answer. So that's again the most versatile. I feel so privileged, and I've been really counting the days for her to be here after she went to Australia. I was thinking, when we will get the chance to, organize the show like this. It is so amazing that we got so many artists, both the senior and also the young ones, to accompany Charu. She's so modest to allow all the upcoming young ones to, students, in fact, to perform there. Thank you, Charu.
Yes.
உன்னிடம் மயங்குகிறேன், உள்ளத்தால் நெருங்குகிறேன், எந்த உயிர் காதலியே, இன்னிசை தேவதையே, உன்னிடம் மயங்குகிறேன், உள்ளத்தால் நெருங்குகிறேன், எந்த உயிர் காதலியே, இன்னிசை தேவதையே, உன்னிடம் மயங்குகிறேன், உள்ளத்தால் நெருங்குகிறேன். வஞ்சியும் வார்த்தை எல்லாம் சங்கீதம், வண்ண விழி பார்வையெல்லாம் தெய்வீகம், வஞ்சியும் வார்த்தை எல்லாம் சங்கீதம், வண்ண விழி பார்வையெல்லாம் தெய்வீகம், பூபாலம் கேட்கும் பொழுதுள்ள வரையில் இன்பங்கள் உருவாக காண்போம், பூபாலம் கேட்கும் பொழுதுள்ள வரையில் இன்பங்கள் உருவாக காண்போம், குரலோசை குயிலோசை என்று மொழி பேசு அழகே நீ என்று உன்னிடம் மயங்குகிறேன், உள்ளத்தால் நெருங்குகிறேன். தேன் சிந்தும் வானம் உண்டு மேகத்தினால், நான் சொல்லும் கானம் உண்டு ராகத்தினால். தேன் சிந்தும் வானம் உண்டு மேகத்தினால். அந்த ராகத்தை நீங்க சொல்ல போறீங்க.
சரசாங்கி மாதிரி இருக்கு. நீ என்ன சொல்ற? இஸ் இட் சரசாங்கி or charukis? Because of the big kneel, yeah. Continue.
வானமுண்டு மேகத்தினால், நான் சொல்லும் கானமுண்டு ராகத்தினால், கார்கால குளிரும் மார்கழி பனியும் கண்ணே உன் கை சேர தனியும், கார்கால குளிரும் மார்கழி பனியும் கண்ணே உன் கை சேர தனியும், இரவென்ன பகலென்ன தழுது இதழோடு புதுராகம் எழுது, உன்னிடம் மயங்குகிறேன், உள்ளத்தால் நெருங்குகிறேன், எந்த உயிர் காதலியே இன்னிசை தேவதையே, உன்னிடம் மயங்குகிறேன், உள்ளத்தால் நெருங்குகிறேன். Thank you everybody. Thank you so much. And I also wanted to tell you, I was always looking at Charu like my guru. Every time I think of finding a raga for a song or any information about a ragam, about a bhavam, about the intricacies and mechanics of a ragam, I always look at Charu because she's not just a musician. Beyond that, she's a researcher and she knows lot of other genres. She talks about Hindustani, she talks about Italian opera and whatnot, anything. She can compare and she can tell us about the Western modes and the scales and everything. So that knowledge is really required for us to get the in-depth knowledge on things, because as we all know, the modern cine music is based on the Western music scales. So what they do is, it's like you have these days you have the crossover car vehicles, right? So you have this chassis which is for a car, and then they build something on top of it, right? That's how the light music these days about. You have the Western, and then on top of it you do the melody in Hindustani or Carnatic. So that requires very special knowledge, like what Charu has. So we are really, really privileged that she's here. Questions?
Yes.
How many ragas are there?
Okay. ராகங்கள் 16 உருவான வரலாறு 16 கோடி கூட இருக்கலாம். ராகங்கள் 16 உருவான வரலாறு நான் பாடும்போது அறியாயம். பல நூறு ராகங்கள் இருந்தால் என்ன 16 பாட சுகமானது. ராகங்கள் 16 உருவான வரலாறு நான் பாடும்போது அறியாயம்மா.
So these are all a little intricate, but every time we have a expert on stage, right? I think personally, what are we giving to the audience? It's not just wow and then shaking our head and then leaving the auditorium. We want to gain some knowledge, right? So this is a place and time when we are trying to acquire some from a versatile musician like Charu. So the other question I have is there a particular ragam that has to be sung only on a particular shruti, or it'll be so good only if we sing in this scale, or what? I know in movies, right, the music directors compose the tune in a particular scale, a shruti, based on the vocalist's range, right? So
that's a good question. In Western music, the key signature of the piece is very important. Pieces in a particular key signature ought to be played in that key signature to have that recall effect. However, in Carnatic music, pure Carnatic music, all ragas can be sung by anybody with any vocal range because it's transferable. We are a modal system. Ragas are a modal system, so we are not a tonal system as a basis of it. So, that is why Semmangudi Srinivasayar can sing Karagarapriya, M.S. Subbulakshmi Amma can sing Karagarapriya, I can sing Karagarapriya, T.M. Krishna can sing, we all can sing it differently, yet in our shrutis, but we can still sing Karagarapriya.
wow, that's a great explanation. So what I learned is anybody can sing any song in their vocal range. That is the great advantage of Carnatic music system, which is the most complex and richest music genre in the world. Anybody has a question?
Question. So,
Gayatri.
yeah, please, actually those with questions can just raise your hand and maybe, do you know, Babu, I think we should form like a sort of a queue, like, when they, in the order, they can come and stand here and you can pass the mic to them.
Sure.
I think that will be the most efficient way to do that. Yeah, from there you can ask, or you can, but it'll be good to ask in the mic so that people benefit from your question. It's really hard for some people to hear it.
Anna, you use the other mic and let it go around.
Then இவ்வளோ பண்ணி ஒரு question தான் I have. உங்களோட favorite ராகம், which is your favorite ராகம்?
One of my favorite ragas is one that I always sort of, அந்த ராகம் பாடும்போது எப்பவுமே எனக்கு கண்ணில் தண்ணி வராமல் இருந்ததே கிடையாது. I need to turn the tambura on to sing a bit of that ragam. I'm in C. I'm on C. Nisagama panidani davagapa Bhavani Dayani Parveen Sultana ji as a young child singing this, and I was just sitting there and crying. And my mother said, "What happened?" I said, "It's very nice, you know, that is there." And this was the song that Parveen Sahiba sang.
Hello? Yeah, I have a suggestion and then a question. So the suggestion is, I'm a big fan of your ISAI Payanam series. But in the playlist, they're all listed with the same name. So it's very difficult to figure out where you left off unless you noted the number of it. So like when you say, if you go to my copy one, etc., it's difficult to figure out which one that will be. So that's a suggestion.
Yes. Definitely, it's a great idea, and this links to the DVD. So in 2007, we did them as 10 concerts in Bharatiya Vidya Bhavan and Nardakana Sabha in Chennai. They were all recorded. So what you see is DVD 1, DVD 2, DVD 3, and across the 12, copy was 11. Mm-hmm. And across the 12, every time you used to select a group of ragas. So, and then the group of ragas, but that's a great idea to sort of itemize it and have some systematization going on. I will talk to, I'll definitely tell my team and we'll work on something. Yes.
Sure. The question is about Kamavardhini and Bandhurani. Some people say it's just a different name, and some people say no, there are nuances. Just want to hear your opinion.
Kamavarthi, so usually Muthuswami Dikshitar has his own sort of names, but also they say that Muthuswami Dikshitar's raga system itself was different. So that kind of an understanding, but Kamavarthini and Panturali share all the notes. So Sivananda Kamavarthini in a part and let me just sing the ragam so that I'll bring it to G sharp so they can also join. Sarigama padani sanidabamagare sanidabama padabama pamagamaga ganidabamagare bamagare ram Sivananda Kamavardhini Raghuvaranam Tyagaraja Kirtana. So, I mean, per se, you know, I can't. Another Kriti, Ramanatham Vajeham Ramachandra Pujitam the Panturali Kava. Are you Diksha there?
Thank you, Ms. Veena, for the question. Thank you. Mr. Kishore.
Thank you so much for performing. My first hook into the ISAI Payanam was this raga, and ever since the rabbit hole has deepened, okay, can never come out of it. For the pleasure of the audience, sir, can I request you to perform Lalitha and the film songs that go with that?
Sagari Magari Pani Sagari Magari Zani Pani Sagari Maga Magari Mappa Mappa Magari Zani Sagari Mappa Mapani Gani Manava Avatarude Gani Pinchinade Nadanatyaga Rajumanala Kinchar Ratati Marmamilla del Pedane Manasavanavya Gari Bamagari Zani. Very famous. gari ni pa ma 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 gari mara kodi roopa lalgudi varnam தெரியுமா சுந்தர mara kodi roopa சுந்தர sa sa ni ba sa ni pa ma gari ma sa ni ba sa ni pa ma gari pa ni sa gari ma pa ni sa gari sa ni pa ma pa ni pa ma gari pa ma gari ni sa gari ma pa ni sa gari ma pa ni sa ni pa ma gari sa ni pa ni sa gari ma pa ni sa gari ri ma gari sa ni pa ni sa gari sa ni pa ma pa sa ni pa ma gari ma ra kodi roopa sundara Lalgudi Jayaraman, one of the Vagyakaras of our century, was extraordinary. So, அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் சினிமா சொல்லணும். அது சொல்லும்போது தான் சந்தோஷமா இருக்கும். சாகரி மகரி நிபமா எந்த நெஞ்சில் நீங்காத தென்றல் நீதானா எண்ணம் என்றும் நீ பாடும் தில்லானா சகரி மபனி பனி சகரி சனி சகரி மபனி பனி சகரி சனி பமகரே இசையின் ஸ்வரங்கள் தேனா இசைக்கும் குயில் நீ தானவா பனியில் விழுந்த மார்கழி பூவே